Explained. Season 1, Episode 3. The One with the Thumb. 3 episodes in, and we're still with our 6 friends in New York. Ross, the freshly divorced paleontologist. Rachel, the runaway bride waitressing at Central Perk. Monica, Ross's perfectionist sister. Chandler, the sarcasm machine. Joey, the aspiring actor. And Phoebe, the group's lovable wild card. This week, Monica finally lets her friends meet a boyfriend. Chandler picks up an old habit, and Phoebe's bank account develops a mind of its own.
So this one opens at Central Perk, where the whole group is translating dating euphemisms for Rachel. She's brand new to the single world and still figuring out that when a guy talks about hanging out again, it usually means the exact opposite. Classic group pile-on while Rachel takes mental notes.
And right in the middle of all that, Ross has this moment where he realizes his parents told him the family dog Chi-Chi went to live on a farm when he was a kid, and the dog definitely did not go to a farm.
Most Ross thing ever.
The man studies extinction for a living and couldn't read between the lines on that one. But the main event this week is Monica. She's been keeping her new boyfriend Alan completely hidden from the group because every guy she's ever brought around, they've torn apart.
Her coworker Paula finally talks her into it. Alan comes to Central Perk, meets everybody, and the twist is, they don't just approve, they're completely head over heels. Joey's fixated on his smile, Chandler's obsessed. Even Ross wants to hang out one-on-one. The whole group has completely lost it.
Which is actually the worst possible outcome for Monica, isn't it? She's watching 5 people fall harder for her boyfriend than she ever did, and she doesn't feel the spark. But how do you break up with someone your entire friend group is in love with?
She floats the idea that maybe he's a little much sometimes, and the group completely shuts her down. As far as they're concerned, Alan is perfect, and Monica's opinion is irrelevant. She's not allowed to have doubts about her own boyfriend.
That's suffocating. 5 against 1 in her own relationship.
Meanwhile, Joey has a new part in a play where his character smokes, so Chandler, who quit 3 years ago, volunteers to teach him proper technique. One demonstration puff, and Chandler's completely hooked again. 3 years of willpower gone in about 2 seconds.
That was never going to end any other way. When the group confronts him, he doesn't own up. He pivots straight to everyone else's worst habits. Joey cracking his knuckles, Ross overpronouncing words, Monica snorting when she laughs, Phoebe chewing her hair.
Full group roast out of nowhere. Nobody's talking about cigarettes anymore.
He knows exactly where to aim. Funny, but kind of ruthless.
Then there's Phoebe, whose bank accidentally drops an extra $500 into her account. She goes in to report the error, and they somehow make it worse. They give her another $500 and throw in a football-shaped phone as an apology.
Phoebe's guilt is off the charts. She hands the entire $1,000 and the phone to Lizzie, this homeless woman she knows from the street. Lizzie buys her a can of soda to say thanks. And inside the can, there's a severed human thumb.
The soda company compensates her $7,000. So Phoebe starts the episode guilty about $500 she didn't earn and ends up holding $7,000 from a severed thumb. The money just keeps escalating. The universe won't let her off the hook.
The universe just will not stop throwing money at this woman.
And then Monica finally ends things with Alan. The group reacts like it's a death in the family. Rachel was already planning for Alan to meet her parents. Ross genuinely needs time to grieve. They got more attached to her boyfriend than she ever did.
They're mourning a relationship that wasn't even theirs. How do you process that as Monica? Your friends are more heartbroken about your breakup than you are.
But here's the kicker. Alan is actually relieved because he couldn't stand Monica's friends the whole time. The same people who worshipped him actually irritated him. The adoration was completely one-sided.
So the group spent the entire episode thinking they were the gatekeepers, and the boyfriend was silently judging them right back. That's perfect.
Monica doesn't even tell them. She lets them believe Alan will miss them, protecting them from finding out the feeling wasn't mutual.
And then Phoebe wraps the whole thing up by handing Chandler the full $7,000 to quit smoking for good. Bribed into sobriety with thumb money. Honestly, the most Phoebe solution possible.
Chandler bribed $7,000 to stay smoke-free. Monica's single again after the Alan experiment. Phoebe's thumb money bought 1 quit and 0 guilt.